My Intelligent Qigong with Images 1 bracket 3 presented by Tim Lee. Date January 2021. Caution: this presentation in part have contents and images that may be strange at first glance, feel disturbed to the viewer. When these conditions occur, you may wish to stop or skip to the next slide to view its other relaxing contents until your mind is settled, then view again. If it might disturb you, it may be better to watch it in the daytime when you are not alone. The Qigong images may occur in any time and anywhere. This presentation may contain different places, different person, different time, and different content. The images appear in very short time, typically 10 seconds, and not repeatable. I record where I was then. It was history. Inconvenience to others is to be avoided. The Qigong images came without words. The author wishes to describe its appearance based on its situation, to let the viewer understand the image of current conditions. It might tell you that there is such a kind of image. The other interpretations, inductive conclusions, are all a matter of viewpoint. This presentation may contain sex organ, adult contents. This presentation may be viewed like a photo album. The viewer may flip to an interested image, then to view its content. It shall not affect the understanding to the nature of Qigong intelligence it brings. 416M1 appeared in NAP. This afternoon I was waiting for my friend to come. While sitting, I dozed and saw the soul throughout of the forehead meridian hole 10 Mu. 417M1 appeared in NAP. Today's dosing image was again another strangeness. I saw what looked like a seed being pushed out. A soul was being thrown out. Later on, I saw a right hand. From this image, I knew that the soul flew out from the right hand palm, meridian hole, Lu Gong. 418M1 appeared in dream state. This morning I have not awakened. Immediately I saw an image like this. I consider this as a form of mothership. It might worth to note the abdomen opened a hole. I could imagine, when viewed from under, it would be the third eye. The wings of this mothership was folding up. 418M2 appeared in NAP. Today after work, I went shopping in Singapore. After walking for a few hours, I returned to my hotel room. Sitting while reading the books I bought, soon I saw a transparent view of a person. The heart oozed out a cone-shaped shadow. The soul followed the shadow and flew out. 418M3 appeared in NAP. Afterward, I lay down on the bed again dozed. I saw an image like this. It was myself sitting on the hotel room chair. The image indicated a black spot. It was a continuation of the above image. It was interesting in that I already awoke, changed the position to laying down. The signal had to continue. 418M4 appeared in NAP. It continued to have image projected the soul in the heart. The image zoomed out. A soul was seen at the time tunnel releasing qi. The lumps of Qi looked like two flying saucers. 418M5 appeared in nap. At last, the soul closed the time tunnel cover like a membrane. 419M1 appeared in nap. This day in dosing, I saw a flying saucer flying in the panties. From this image, it indicated the male sex organ. Penis can also be the area of activity for the flying saucer. Is there space? As such, the estimated size of the flying saucers was 1 inch. 419M2 appeared in dream state. Last night I arrived at Singapore for work. This morning, still in bed, I saw an image like this. What would you think it was? It was a three-dimensional stereo black shadow. Its abdomen looked like an airplane. What it should be the wings was crooked like a crocodile leg. Under the airplane, a ladder could be barely seen. The image chamber door was double door, folded down. The airplane cockpit was also looked like a cockroach. The mouth was like a nibbling tentacles in the form of information wave. Looked at it again, it looked like a train head. This was a product of information wave. If this was coming for abduction of the soul, largely like this would be a mothership. Roughly, it was for transportation of souls. As to where it would the soul be transported to, it would depend on how the subsequent dream state images turn out. From the image released in dream state, the place that the soul went would be known then. 419M3 appeared in dream state. Following the above image, it appeared to be a hangar camp on an airport. There were three Batman-like souls descending down from the sky. A scene like this, it might have been seen on the television cartoon. Yet last night, I was actually passed by the airport. This image, an external Qi signal, might have been received at the airport. If the above image was a mothership, it would have transported the soul to the airport and released the soul to descend down to the ground. 419M4 appeared in dream state. Following the above image, I saw a mothership. It opened its chamber doors, and a Batman-style flying saucer dropped down. In the darkness of the flying saucer, another white flying saucer flew out horizontally. 419M5 appeared in nap. This afternoon, my friend brought me to see his wife, who was hospitalized at the hospital we worked. His wife was a mainland Chinese. After finished work, I returned to the hotel to take rest. I dozed and saw a couple in black shadow. They kneel down in front of an ancestor's monument post. My friend had his wedding in China, the wife's hometown. This image could be the information of my friend's wedding. 419M6 appeared in nap. Later on, the couple's black shadow disappeared. I saw the ancestor's monument post tablecloth had another soul undiffused itself from the tablecloth and stood in front as per the horizontal blue arrow. The soul made a jump, hopped into the photo frame on the wall. Only then I realized that the ancestor's monument post was in the form of a photo frame. A person that could be a picture in person, no doubt was a soul. Could it be my soul was as curious as me, wanted to know how other people's wedding was like? 419M7 appeared in nap. Later it continued. I saw a materialized universe man rushed through the yard gate and front yard. At this time I was almost awakened. 420M1 appeared in nap. This day I was still in bed. Immediately I saw this image. What would you think it was? It was like an insect body, yet it looked like it was a stereo, three-dimensional circular object. I consider it as a flying saucer, a mothership. The front portion had two claw-like things. It was the chamber double door opened. From this image, it could be seen that the soul was commanding a flying saucer inside the mothership. 420M2 appeared in dream state. Following the above image, I saw a flying saucer like this. I did not see any entity there, only seeing red and green windows on the saucer. 420M3 appeared in dream state. Later again I saw an image like this. It was a stereo 3D white object. I consider it as a return to the future chariot. Look at it again. The soul was at the right-hand side. The soul was the wheel of the chariot. The interesting thing was, the soul emitted a beam of signal that it became the axle of the wheel. This completed the idea of a soul chariot. 420M4 appeared in nap. After I got up, I got on a trip to Malaysia from Singapore. The airplane had not airborne. I dozed and saw an Adamski flying saucer. Underside had spherical capacitor kind of saucer. My seat was at row K, and this airplane window was at row A side. Also the window that this flying saucer came out from was two seat windows before me. This image could indicate my soul had flew out of the airplane while I dozed in nap. 420M5 appeared in nap. Later I saw the backside of a soul. Its left hand was flipped behind as the red arrow. Its hand touched a spinning flat disk flying saucer and dragged itself inside. The flying saucer also flew away to the right as the blue arrow. 420M6 appeared in nap. Until the afternoon I waited for a friend to come. I dozed and saw a person was sitting on a long bench chair. Sat there for a while. He stood and walked off to the other end of the corridor. After he left, two flying saucers glided down from the air-con duct. 421M1 appeared in nap. This day I was in Malaysia. Finished work, I returned to the hotel room to rest. Sitting, I dozed and saw two persons in the corridor, like they were holding hands each other, walking forward. One person on the right had a flying saucer came out from the posterior of the head. 422M1 appeared in nap. This day's dream state was blackness. I saw a shadow. Its two hands were bracing open in front of its body ventricle side. like a Superman flying at the red arrow. In the end, it changed it into vertical stand position. Its head carried a mist of qi. If this was my soul before I awoke, I quickly returned to my body and released this image to me. Then, from this image, I consider my soul already learned how to fly like a Superman. 424M1 appeared in nap. Last night I took the airplane from Malaysia back to Singapore. On the airplane I felt very drowsy and dozed. My head dropped down almost facing the airplane floor. This morning in dream state, I saw an airplane in vertical. The underside ejected a stream of black qi and a cluster of white cloud. This was Qigong information image that this cloud could be ejected from my forehead meridian hole 10 mu. 424M2 appeared in nap. Following the above image, the white cloud changed into black cloud. I saw a flying saucer inside that black sphere of qi. From this image, I consider my soul changed into a flying saucer, flew out of the plane. 424M3 appeared in quick blink. Until in the afternoon, I used the quick blink of my eyes and saw an image like this on the left. I consider this as the transparent view of my two eye sockets in front. The white stash, bright passage was the time tunnel at the red arrow. The circle at the back was the end of the eye socket, the beginning of the optic nerve, the optic disc location. The optic disc was the connection point of the optic nerve to the brain. The white dash was the illuminated hyoid canal, the time tunnel. In another time, I used a quick blink and saw an image as on the right. The qi signal was weakening. The illuminated time tunnel only left with a bright spot at the connection of the eye lens. 424M4 appeared in quick blink. Until the evening, I used the quick blink again. I saw this image. I consider this as the continued evolution of the transparent view of the eye's cavity. The two circles in front were the eye sockets. The rest were the connection of the cross path of the time tunnel between the left and the right eyes. 424M5 appeared in nap. In the afternoon, I had an appointment with a friend to see a customer. There were a lot of discussions. Part of the time my friend was answering most of the questions, and I became idle sitting there. Inadvertently, I dozed and saw an image like this. It was an information image, a breast in the shadow. The underline in white color was the bra. At the bottom was a right hand holding a ballpoint pen. The nipple had a bubble of qi oozing out. 424M6 appeared in nap. After work, I sat in my friend's car and went back to my hotel. In my room, relaxed, I dozed and saw this information image. It was formed at the moment I closed the car's door. A transparent view of the car door cavity. It had emitted a stream of black qi at the red arrow. Yet, when I got into the car, I did not see any black qi as such. This phenomenon, as a name in physics called black body cavity radiation. 4:24 m7 appeared in nap. Until in the evening I was resting in my hotel room. I dozed and saw a stream of black qi flow through the gum on the upper right premolar, as in that slender straight line next to the stitch. The yellow patch was a tooth. This image was related to I went to the dentist to take off a loosened tooth. 4:25 m1 appeared in dream state. It might be strange to talk about it. The night before in Singapore, I watched a HBO movie on the satellite television. The movie was about space exploration. The spaceman landed on another planet. Over there, the extraterrestrials were mocked up with their heads like the rubber eraser heads of pencils. This morning, in dream state, I saw an image like this. It was a couple, Westerner, man brown hair, and a woman black hair sitting together like in a photo portrait. The couple dressed in yellow t-shirt. The portrait was in backlighting, that I could not see their faces. The man's right nap sat a baby wrapped in his right hand. The baby's forehead had a bump like that of a legendary longevity man. I consider this as an extraterrestrial baby. How did this information come about? It might be the movie I watched triggered the curiosity of my soul. Went out to find the answer back. A ET baby on Earth. 4:28 m1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state I saw a view, like looking out from the inside a cave, a waterfall. The water was blue. The water splash was white. On the left, the red arrow there, behind the rock, I barely could see a partial face profile of an extraterrestrial. Its face color was in red stain of exit wood. I consider this image was the ET soul who brought me there to see that beautiful blue waterfall. 4:29 m1 appeared in dream state. Last night I read this book, The Origin of Man. Perhaps it was so it triggered the information to come. This morning in dream state, I saw a Homo erectus soul body walking by. What could this be? The content of evolution. After that, an extraterrestrial face appeared in red face, deep blue eyes. I consider this was the ET who brought me back to the Seagull era of the Earth. 5:01 m1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state I saw a scene of shuttle through a forest. Then an extraterrestrial like this belonged to an astral body, soul body appeared. An illuminated yellow-white bright body. On its head there was a fan of corona. When appeared, it was like descending from the sky, not walking on earth. 5:02 m1 appeared in dream state. I do not know whether today was a memorial day of Albert Einstein. In dream state I saw Einstein zooming in near. It has been said, if missed by a millimeter, the error would be 1,000 miles. Even though I might not have drawn it like Einstein, it was Einstein on display. 5:03 m1 appeared in dream state. In dream state I could also see a red Indian in shadow information. His sacrificial face and grave mark indicated he was American Red Indian. 5:05 M1 appeared in dream state. This day's dream state, I saw another model of extraterrestrial. 506M1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state again I saw was Einstein. My soul was touching Einstein. 508M1 appeared in dream state. In dream state, I saw the soul was playing at the third eye. It stirred until the third eye went round and round in rotation. Later on, I saw a transparent view of a person sitting with lower legs crossed. The right lap bone had a ring of qi in counterclockwise rotation. 508M1 appeared in dream state. This day in dream state I saw the third eye, and from it inside I saw what zooming near was the satellite of Mars, Phobos, in black color. It was irregular shape. It had a big dimple on it. This situation I could tell it was Phobos because I have read in books and seen its photograph taken by spacecraft that I could recognize what it was. Otherwise, it would have been described as a planet or an exoplanet. 509M1 appeared in dream state. Last night I watched an old movie, Roswell. It might be so triggered the curiosity of my soul. This morning in dream state, I saw the soul received back another model of extraterrestrial face. 510M1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state, I saw a light blue sky. There was two flying saucers side by side, flew across a road. There was the dividing white line on the ground, indicated it flew across a road. Later on appeared was drawn on the right. There was the two boot-shaped flying saucers as in previous image 415M6. 511M1 appeared in dream state. This day's dream state, a flying saucer arrived at the time tunnel. To my surprise, my soul reached out two hands and retrieved the white thing. Or was my soul doing repair for the saucer? As it turned out, the four white dots were not the windows of the flying saucer. The white things were the payloads of the saucer. The soul was actually unloading the thing. These white things were verified to be payloads until a month later in subsequent image 614M3. 515M1 appeared in dream state. This day in dream state, I saw an image like this. It was the situation of the soul at the rim of the time tunnel, absorbing the qi energy. The qi in the time tunnel was like a sphere. When it was being extracted, it drawn out a pillar of qi to the soul. 516M1 appeared in dream state. Yesterday I went to the bookstore. I glanced through a book, The Qigong Extraordinary Phenomenon Pursuit. In the book there was a photograph insert of a Chinese dragon. I could not remember it was a crystal model or made of wood sculpture. This morning I saw this information image. Can you recognize the dragon head? The tilted V on the right was the dragon mouth. Two dots, the eyes in red. The top V were the horns. The bottom strip was the tail fins and neck in black. 516M2 appeared in dream state. Last night I watched an UFO video tape. Today in dream state, I saw a soul shot out a flying saucer. Later on, there appeared a round window. Outside that window, an extraterrestrial face like an ant appeared. 517M1 appeared in dream state. This day's dream state, I saw the planet Jupiter zooming near. Later, an astral body, soul body, descended from the sky like so. It had a band of corona behind its head. On its right hand, below there was not sure what it was. It might be a lantern, or it might be another soul capture from outside. I consider this image as the soul went out to explore Jupiter and returned with a capture of another soul. 517M2 appeared in dream state. After the dream state, I used a quick blink of my eyes. I saw the soul was playing with a ball of Qi. The streak pattern on the ball was like Jupiter. 519M1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state, it was like I flew across a planet. Over a piece of land, there was a black mountain on the right and a black stone tree which had reflections of light on the treetop. 519M2 appeared in dream state. Following the above image of exoplanet, the after event recorded was not very clear. It seemed to be the planet image was retreated from my bedroom window, with a black line lead to the dorsal side of a black shadow soul, yin-sun, roughly indicated that the yin-sun had received the exoplanet image information with its left hand. Later on, I saw a couple soul body as drawn on the right. There was a Qi linkage between them. Could this be an soul intercourse? I consider the female was on the left, the male on the right, which was verified in the next day image, 520M1. 519M3 appeared in quick blink. This day I used the quick blink of my eyes and saw an image like this. The soul was in my third eye, having activity, reception of a large flying saucer. 520M1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state, I saw another model of mothership. It looked like an animal with two legs and an antenna on the rooftop. Roughly, the soul was hiding in the darkness. It might worth to note that one of the legs had a ladderway, so it was a landed mothership. Later on, there appeared a bed. On it was a couple soul body. From the look of it, they were making love, a soul intercourse. This might convince you that the female was on the left, male was on the right. 520M2 appeared in dream state. Strange, what was this? The soul came to the soul capsule window to use a string line to pull up something like a piece of cloth. Yet from a subsequent image, 1002M1, I could determine that this was a catch of soul material, a dead soul, because it could not hold its shape. 520M3 appeared in dream state. In different time, again from a hole, my third eye looking down, I saw a carpet. The carpet texture I could not draw exactly. It was a carpet. The M4 appeared in nap. Until in the afternoon, I already seated on an airplane. on my way to Sweden for my work. Just as the airplane moved, I dozed. I saw an ape-man face, even though my drawing not accurate. Later on, I saw a human lip in virtual image on a white ground plane. Behind there was a flat-topped white mountain. On the sky, a Tai Chi was hanging there. From this image, I consider it as the image of making use of switch-off television screen to display. The whole picture could be superimposed of three images. 5:20 M5 appeared in nap. I awoke for a while and then dozed again, due to a long trip airplane ride. I saw a hole, the third eye. Looking under it was a patch of white sandy beach. On the left, a person laid on the sand. On the right, a dolphin. At the center, two piles of sand shaped into the arms of a clock. 5:20 M6 appeared in nap. At this time, I was still on the airplane, continue my dozing. I saw what it appeared to be an ice pile up, made up into a cave. The cave opening was somewhat sloping down. The cave top block was very thick and big. On the right-hand side of the entrance lintel, there was a float carved lion head symbol. 5:20 M7 appeared in nap. I waited until the above image zoomed out further. As it turned out, the above cave image was a part of a skull construction. Overall, it was like a big carving on a snow mountain slope, from which a site was dug up to have built this thing. The above image entrance was located at the right eye socket. As it zoomed further, there were people walking out from the entrance at the teardrop area. In my own feeling, this was a huge mountain slope. In reality, is there any such a construction? I was in flight flying over Europe. I consider this could be a skiing rink facility in reality. 5:20 M8 appeared in nap. Towards the end of my nap, I saw a skeletal person sitting on a chair. This was a strange nap, remote sensing external Qi signal. 5:21 M1 appeared in nap. At this time, I was still sitting on the airplane. In dozing, I saw a soul yin flew out from a face line, roughly from a forehead meridian hole 10 mu. It flew out and carried a Qi jet with it. The soul had a fan of light on its head posterior. Later on, a spinning disk of information wave appeared. The left hand of the soul got caught on the disk rim, and it was dragged into the disk. 5:22 M1 appeared in nap. Last night I already arrived at Sweden, slept overnight. This morning in dream state, I saw an open tetragon whole view, which might be via the forehead meridian hole 10 mu. Outside in the darkness, there were 9 numbers of white stars. 5:22 M2 appeared in nap. This noontime, my colleague sent me back to the hotel. I laid down and soon fell dozed. I saw an image like this. It was composed of Qi particles, a white semicircular cylindrical cave. At the entrance, there were a double-door gate. Above the gate, there was an animal head, like hanging on the cave ceiling. There, a soul body was walking out of the gate. I consider this image as an expression of the soul capsule. The animal head was the four elephant, a guardian. 523M1 appeared in dream state. This was the first time I visited Sweden. Yesterday after work, my colleague brought me around to sightseeing some local famous places. Today before I awoke, I saw a brown striped t-shirt guy in beige pants, brown curly hair male. He had his back faced out. His back off a skip from a already closed wall opening, and then he turned clockwise to face my side. Someone who could came out of a wall like this, I consider it was a Westerner ghost. 526M1 appeared in nap. This was seen in a dosing. In the afternoon after I came back to the hotel, I saw a soul on the road. 526M2 appeared in nap. Later on, I saw a shadow. A soul entered into the hotel entrance arch. Soon later, another soul image exited from the window. Are these two my soul? I consider they are the same one visiting soul who followed the air stream from the hotel entrance up to my room and then left through the window, as the air drawn out from there. When I opened my eyes, everything in the room was normal. 527M1 appeared in dream state. Today's dream state, I saw a white background. In it there was a dynamic-looking animal framework. Its face I had seen before, in previous image 709M1. The soul was hiding on its face. Eyes were the feet. The head upside down was the mouth. The legs spread was the nose. Its bone skeleton was weak, overall like a framework animal. 527M2 appeared in nap. This day I was sitting in my colleague's car. I dozed and saw this image. It was a soul body, dorsal side. Its right hand emitted an information projection, like a rectangular frame. This situation was like a great magician we human beings cannot do. 527M3 appeared in nap. The image changed. In that projection, I saw a soul body and an umbrella-like structure. 527M4 appeared in nap. The image zoomed out further. I saw the umbrella structure was enclosed by a circle. There was the third eye indication. The upper projection line was still there at the red arrow. The whole thing now looking like a mountain cave. As such, I consider these three images indicated a visiting soul came into my eyes and my soul was led outside the soul capsule. The umbrella structure was the soul capsule. 530M1 appeared in reality. I was in Sweden's Halmstad. This day I was with an Indian friend. We had dinner outside the hotel. When we returned, it was already 8 p.m. In Sweden, this was the season when the day was long and night was short. Until 2 a.m., the sky would still be bright. When we arrived at our hotel front, we saw a reality flying saucer (UFO) in the sky. It was white silver color. The saucer rim had an orange glow, dragging along with it a long orange tail trace. It was flying steadily, yet it had no spin. Under this distance, it appeared to be a few hundred meters away. It was an UFO in reality. This was the first I ever saw a reality flying saucer. 530M2 appeared in reality. Me and my friend were stunned, watching the flying saucer for over a minute, until it flew farther away, over a few more trees. In between two trees, we looked at the tail end of the saucer was identical to an UFO. I asked my friend, "What was that? Was it an airplane?" The answer was no. After we finished watching, I then pointed to a sticker note at the hotel front, which I noticed earlier. First line was in Swedish. The middle page was an Adamski flying saucer picture. The bottom line, UFO, I want to believe. Although I did not understand Swedish, it was a note to draw attention that it was an intentional arrangement. In other words, this was a test flight of an artificial flying saucer in Sweden. 530M3 appeared in Dreamsday. I and my Indian friend, we were stunned for a while after seeing the above reality flying saucer and reading the note. When we stepped back on the hotel stairway, I said, this was an once-in-a-lifetime experience to have seen a reality flying saucer. It was rare. It would not be seen thereafter. And then we went back to our rooms to take rest. This night, in Dreamsday, I saw an image like this. Two flying saucers flew by. Obviously, this Dreamsday flying saucer and the reality one were very different in shape. I consider this as to tell me the real UFO should be like this. 530M4 appeared in Dreamsday. Later on in Dreamsday, I saw an image like this. It indicated a square-winged special airplane, a congregate of chi particles. When it appeared, its wing drifted sideways to the right. As such, a flying saucer we watched in the sky last night was this artificial, special designed airplane. When it flies its tilted position, people on the ground would see the four jet exhaust holes as the windows of the UFO. The airplane top cockpit ejected a chemical spray. When in flight, the foam drifted and dispersed along the airplane body, would help to sculpt out a saucer shape. The orange tail would help to hide the airplane rudder, and this was the intelligence provided by the Qigong image. Whether this was an accurate reference, it would not be verified. This airplane speed, the saucer speed were compatible. Both did not spin. It would verify that the flying saucer we saw was sane. 3M1 appeared in Dreamsday. This day before I awoke, my Dreamsday image was like this. First I saw a soul body appeared, with two hands raising its ventricle side, in a flying attitude, zoom by. And then I saw an upper portion of a building, with pink wall and green windows. There was an anchor of a lifting crane hanging in mid-air, drawn in yellow. This building should be which the soul passed by and released the information for me to see. I consider this image a industrial safety alert from the soul. 605M1 appeared in dream state. This morning, almost wake-up time, instantly zoom in, I saw two pink plasma-like human figures dancing, what seemed to be Korean dance. The figures were plasma. Could these be extraterrestrials in plasma form? When my eyesight zoomed back out to the level of the third eye, I saw a person's lower hip in sitting position. A black stream of qi through entered the meridian hole Yin Hui. The red arrows were the rims of the third eye. The latter image was an internal vision. To be continued. See next video presentation. My Intelligent Qigong with Images 1 bracket 4. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Peace to the world.